Consciousness is a tiny stream in the otherwise vast ocean of psychic life. As we navigate our days, countless thoughts, feelings, memories, and fantasies present themselves. The task of consciousness is to discriminate between these and pursue only what best serves our purposes. Think of how many thoughts and feelings you've had while just watching this video. How many of them did you have to look away from to stay focused on what I'm saying? Chances are, most. This automatic process leaves most psychic content by the wayside, directing our attention to only what's important. But sometimes we push away thoughts and feelings not because they're not important. Sometimes we push them away because they are too important in a way we don't like. We repress what otherwise demands our full attention because we are afraid of the consequences it may have on our lives. We pretend it's not there. This repressed content goes into the basement and becomes what psychologists call the shadow. Repressed shadow elements usually make a number of attempts to draw our attention, and every time we deny them, their attempts become more disruptive. They begin showing up in dreams, in slips of the tongue, in intrusive thoughts, emotional outbursts, depression, anxiety. They may even cause physical illness, as Gabor Mate has shown. For example, the son of a homophobic father would rather live with depression than recognize any gay tendencies in his own psyche, should such arise. What would happen if it turns out he is gay? The boy would become everything that's wrong with the world, or so has his father convinced him. So he pushes his authentic feelings down and feels depressed. But that's not all. The more we repress, the more pressure builds up within us, pressure which disrupts our normal functioning. The psyche has evolved a mechanism for releasing this pressure and restoring psychic balance. A mechanism both efficient and dysfunctional. Projection. Let's continue our example with the boy. Every time someone brings up gay people, he lashes out with a hateful, homophobic rant. And he isn't faking it. He's genuinely hateful of homosexuals and feels they are everything that's wrong with the world. Why? Because they represent what he least wants to recognize in himself. He has projected his own shadow onto them, and this releases the pressure he feels. After his rant, the boy feels renewed, finally free from inner conflict. For a time, that is. Wilbur uses a similar example. He quotes a study which found homophobic men experience greater arousal when seeing homoerotic images as compared to non-homophobic straight men. And this is exactly how shadow projection works. The things I want to destroy within myself, but can't, I try to destroy in others. Remember, projection is not a mind game we consciously play. If it was, only the most sophisticated of people would do it. In fact, it is the most psychologically immature among us that project the most. Projection is an automatic response of the psyche, entirely unconscious. We don't think, let's project some repressed feelings onto these people. We simply think, I hate these people. One becomes uneasy the first time he hears of this. What if it turns out I am projecting? Well, yes, you are. We all are. It's safe to assume every overwhelmingly negative or positive reaction is a projection of repressed material. You hate a certain politician with a passion? Most likely, he has qualities you hate to admit you have. You're in love with the wisest, kindest person in the world. Most likely, you underappreciate the wisdom and kindness within you. Discovering your projections is no cause for concern. In fact, it's progress. It is a form of consciousness expansion that neither waking up nor growing up provide. Remember, the discoveries of depth psychology are little over a century old. That's why ancient traditions offer little insight into the unconscious. And the guidance they do offer is wrapped in ambiguous language, since their understanding was an intuition at best. Becoming whole by integrating our shadow is one of the key tasks of self-actualization. Cleaning up is more urgent in some periods of our lives, but really it is the work of a lifetime. Theoretically, you can do this work on your own. In practice, you go much further, much quicker, and much safer by working with an expert. Therapy, journaling, plant medicine, and confession are all ways of cleaning up, and you don't have to limit yourself to just one. In an exclusive video for patrons and members, I discuss a shadow work technique Ken Wilber recommends. Join the community and check it out if interested. As long as the shadow remains unseen, we have only a partial and false understanding of ourselves. We are rigid, at war with our own nature, and looking to take this out on others. Sincere compassion for others and for ourselves becomes a rare thing. We live a life we think we should live, and not the life we yearn for. We are neurotic, inauthentic, unfulfilled, and victim to compulsions. Altered states of consciousness dissociate us from our issues for a time, but this only postpones the work. Sooner or later, we return to our conventional self and find it in need of healing. Thank you for watching. To learn more, check out the full-length video here. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel for more videos on religion, philosophy, and psychology. See you next time.